Hi YouTube family, my name is Vicky. Today video is on how to use pre-existing Terraform module while creating new resources from Terraform. Let me explain this thing. Let's suppose I need to create a EC2 machine with Terraform, but I also want VPC information come from the pre-existing Terraform module. And why to use the pre-existing Terraform module? Because someone has already worked on it. It is error free. There is some kind of standard there. It also meets the compliance policy for the project. So rather than writing big code every time, it is good to use the pre-existing code. Now for this, what we need to do is we need to log into the AWS account, and here I already logged into the AWS account. Here there is no machine which is in the running state, and let me go to the VPC as well. I have only one VPC at the moment. Let me go to the Terraform registry first. Now this is the Terraform registry, and here I need to click on the browse module, and here I have the VPC module. So this module I'm going to use, and how to use this module. Here we have the information. Along with that we have the readme, input, output, resources, how many resources it is going to create. So I have all the information here. Let me go to the readme and let me grab this information. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Visual Studio Code, and let me create a folder here first. Terraform module VPC. Okay, and here I'm going to create a file main.tf. Let me enter this thing here. Okay, now let me update the information. So the CIDR block is fine with me, name is absolutely fine, I can change the name. So these are all the inputs value I can change as per my requirement. Okay, this is something I need to change as per my region. So I'm in AP South 1. Let me change this thing. 1A, 1B and 1C. If you want to go with 1A and 1B, you can remove the third one. So for me, I'm okay with that. So here is the private subnet, here is the public subnet. Here it is also going to create the NAT gateway, also the VPN gateway. So I don't want the VPN gateway, so let me go with false here. If I don't want to create the NAT gateway, I can change this thing to false. Other than that, I have the tagging information. I'm okay with the tagging information. Let me save this thing. Now the next thing which I need to create a EC2 machine. For that, what I need to do is I need to go to the Terraform EC2 resource. Okay, this is going to work for me. Let me copy this thing. Let me paste it here. VPC ID, let me remove this ID. CIDR block now I don't need, because this information is coming from the from the VPC. Availability zone, that's okay if I want to use it, but I don't want to use it. Other than this, I need the AMI ID, so let me have the AMI ID here. Okay, so from where I will get this? If I'm going to scroll down, so here is the AMI. Let me copy this thing, AMI. And what else I need? I also need the key pair. Let me save it first. So here is the key name. Okay, and the type as well. So for the type, let me see, instance type. So here it is, instance type. So you can include the other information as well if you want. I'm good with these information. So the VPC ID, now I want the VPC ID to come from the module. So how to get this value? Module.vpc. What exactly I need? I need the CIDR block, right? So this is the one. I also need the security group information. Okay, let me exclude the security group. Let me go back. Okay, subnet ID. I can remove this VPC as well because this VPC is coming from the module above. So okay, let me expand this thing. AMI is fine, subnet ID is fine, key name, type, tagging. Okay, let me get this information one by one. So for the AMI, what I need to do is I need to go to the EC2 console, instance running. Let me launch an instance, and from here I will get the AMI ID. Okay, subnet ID. Now I want the subnet ID to come from where? I want the subnet ID come from this module. And which subnet ID I need? Private or public? So this is going to be module dot vpc dot where I want to create my instance in the private or public. So let me go with the private subnet, and then I need to tell which one I need to use, 0, 1 or 2. So I'm good with the 0. So this is going to use this one. Key name. Okay, I don't have any key name. Let me check whether I have a key name with me or not. Key pair. So here is the key pair. No key pair. Let me create one. Demo. Instance type is going to be T2 micro. Rest all the information are absolutely fine with me. Okay, let me save this thing. Now I need to run the command. So the first thing which I need to do is I need to go inside this module. So currently I am in a different module. Let me cd terraform dash module dash vpc. Let me do ls. So here I have the main.tf cat main.tf. If I'm going to do, will get the same thing. So the first command which I need to run is terraform init. Okay, now it is telling me on main.tf line number 22. Let me correct this thing, line number 22. Oops, I have copied this subnet. This is not the one. I need to copy instance one. Let me scroll up a bit. Now here it is, AWS instance. Let me go with the command terraform init. Now what exactly the terraform init is going to do is it is going to download the provider information, the module, the state file. So if you see, it is installing the HashiCorp AWS 4.63 version, which is current. It is also initializing the backend. So we have not given any backend information. If we are going to do that, then it is going to initialize the backend information as well, and downloading the module from the registry. So if you want to see, if you go here, just scroll up, see the version is 4.0.1. Again the same version for the VPC. So it is done. Now the next command which I am going to do is terraform format fmt and terraform validate. Done. And the last command is going to be, not the last command, but the terraform plan is going to tell me whether my configuration is correct, what exactly it is going to do. So all those things plan is going to tell me. So here it is telling me 32 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Now what 32? Let me scroll up a bit. So here it is telling me it is going to create the AWS instance for me. It is going to use this AMI ID. So if you see, here is the AMI ID T2 micro. Demo is the key pair name. And for the subnet, let me scroll down a bit. Let me look for the subnet information. So these all are created from the VPC module. Now let me do a Terraform apply -- auto approve, and let me go to the console. Okay, so here I am into the console. Let me go to the VPC first, because first it is going to create the VPC. Now here it is telling me only one VPC. Let me refresh it. So here now we can see two VPC. So this is my VPC and this is the VPC it is creating with the range 10.0.0. Let me go to the subnet. So it is going to create the subnet as well. So if you see, it is creating the 3 subnets. Now if I go to the route table, so here you can see the route table as well, internet gateway as well, my VPC internet gateway as well. Now let me go to the EC2 and let's see whether it is creating the EC2 as well or not. Here we have one of the EC2 which is in running state. Let me see the private IP 10.0.1.64. Let me scroll up a bit. So it is picking up from the same private subnet which we given here on the top. Let me show it to you. So this one, right? Let me refresh. Let me scroll down a bit. Let me check for the other information. Yes, we have the key pair demo as well. So by this way you can include the module information while creating the resources. You can include multiple modules if you want. So let's suppose I want to include another module here, and the module is going to be, so let me check. Okay, again, right now it is in the process of creating, but that's okay. I want the key pair name come from the existing module. So how I'm going to do that? For that I need to go to the Terraform registry first, and in the Terraform registry browse module, and I need to check whether we have a module for that already available or not. So key name, right? KMS key pair, yes, we have. So here is the provision information, and if I'm going to scroll down a bit, this is the way I can use it. So let me copy this thing. Okay, let me enter this information here, and before that, if you want, you can see apply complete. 32 resources are created, 0 change, 0 destroy. So it has created all the resources. That's great. Now let me include the key pair information. So here the key pair, earlier I have given it, right, the hard-coded value, but this time I want the key pair information come from where? Come from this module. Okay, now for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one to module dot key pair name. This is the one. Okay, so again module key pair, this is the name, and key pair name. Let me save this thing, and let me do the Terraform plan first. Oh, the module is not yet installed, so I need to run the Terraform init first, because Terraform init is going to download that module. We have included a new module, so first we need to download this thing. So you can see in downloading key pair 2.0.2. if you go here, 2.0.2, the same thing. Now let me go with the Terraform plan. Here it says 1 to destroy, 3 to add. Now what 3 things it is going to add? So let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, from here. So it is telling me AWS instance, it is going to replace that thing. And why it is going to replace that thing? Because we know that key pair is something which we can attach while creating the EC2 instance. Now I'm changing it, so I need to create a new instance, right? Here you can see, if I'm going to scroll down, key pair it is creating. This is the name developer1, correct? Now let me do a Terraform apply. Enter a value yes. Now let me go to my instances. Let me refresh this thing and let me remove this thing as well. See, it is in the process of shutting down. So now it is terminated. Now let's wait for the new one to come. So the new one is in the process of creating. And if I'm going to scroll down, let's look at the key pair developer1. Now if I'm going to scroll up a little bit and check for this, key name is developer1. So it is working as expected. So this is how we can include the module information while creating our resources.